Okay, first question, tea or coffee? Neither. I'm not really one for hot drinks. The only hot drink I'll have is hot chocolate, and that's in the winter. Next question is old are you? I'm guessing that's supposed to say how old are you? I'm 28 and I'm turning 29 in a couple months. What camera do you use? I use a Sony a7 IV. It's a very good hybrid camera for photography and video. I'm a filmmaker and a photographer, so I need something that can handle both. And I'm too broke to be buying a dedicated camera for just video and then a dedicated camera just for photos, because those cost like 6 grand. So yeah, Sony a7 IV for what I do is perfect, and yeah, covers both and it performs beyond my expectations. You single, married, divorced? Yes. What's your obsession with Allu? Lol. Okay, so I've actually had this, I've had people message me about this quite a few times. I think I should explain it properly. So, in 2023, I ordered an equipment trolley, and this trolley came in a box. It came in its box, and this box came in a bigger box. I didn't know any of this, right? So when I got this delivery, it's like this huge ass box, and I was like, geez, that's big. And I thought, just for fun, to kind of help me, you know, show my face on Instagram a bit, get some engagement going, let me just take a picture of it and then do a poll where people can vote what they think it is. So I typed it in, you know, I took the picture, I typed in what's in the box, blah, 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 so trolley, some lights, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, let me just have one stupid, funny option in there. And I was like, what's the first thing that comes into my head? And it was just aloo, like, aloo, right? Aloo means potato in Punjabi. So I was like, that's funny, you know, let me just put it up there. So I put it up there. And everyone just voted on Allu for some reason. I was like, wait, what's going on? I opened the big box and I took out the actual box of the trolley. I was like, okay, let me just take a picture of this and put that on as well. And again, same thing, same poll. Again, everyone hit Allu. And since then, it's kind of just become a thing where every time I get a parcel or I have to open some kind of box, I feel obliged to just put a poll up, and one of the options has to be Allu. It's just become a thing. Like, it could be so obvious, right? I could have a box, and on the box it could literally say, you know, new camera, and if I type it in the poll, what's in the box, everyone will click Allu even though they can see it's a new camera. So yeah, it's become our thing now. So yeah. Thoughts on smuggling drugs in your Allu? Bro, go for it, man. Like, what's stopping you? Like, if you can do that, like if you can smuggle an Allu through airport security, actually that's giving me an idea. Can you do that? If you can do that, I promise you right now, this is on tape, this is on video. I'm gonna Google it right now. If you can put a Allu through airport security, I'm actually gonna do that on my next trip. Can you take a potato through airport security? And it is, yes, you can generally take solid potatoes, raw, baked or fries through airport security in both carry-on and checked luggage, as they are not considered liquids or gels. Oh wait, what's this? However, they must pass X-ray screening and may require additional inspection. For international flights, be aware of strict agriculture restrictions, such as the UK prohibiting potatoes from outside the EU. I mean, hey, listen, you may not be able to get away smuggling your drugs in the Allu, but you can definitely take an Allu. I will take an Allu on my next trip abroad. Next question. Do you enjoy filmmaking or photography more? Ooh, good question, good question. I think it depends on the project. My personal goal is to become a big-time director, right? I want to be the next Christopher Nolan. I want to direct like Avengers 217, right? So for me, like, filmmaking's always been my passion. I enjoy that more in my spare time. That doesn't mean I hate photography. I love photography as well. When it comes to work, again, depends on the project. If it's like a wedding, I prefer photos. You know, it's like doing video on a wedding or whatever. It's just so long and boring. It's just standing there with a camera all day like this. Photography gets me engaged. I'm there taking pictures, moving around. I like that. It keeps my mind occupied. I need to be moving. I need to be busy. If I'm making a documentary, again, prefer video. Yeah, I think if it's just like corporate stuff, like corporate speeches or whatever, probably the photography. Yeah, it depends on the project, really. I'll say, yeah, it depends on the project. What equipment do you regret buying? Ooh, okay. The first, do you know what? When I first bought all my equipment, right, I bought three sets of softboxes. One of them was, I think it was 195 centimeters. so almost 2 meters wide. It's literally as wide as my room, and my room is off camera right now. Like, the diameter of it is taller than me basically, and I'm 5'6" or 5'7". I'm 5'6.5" basically. It's bigger than me. I used that thing once, and it's been sitting in my cupboard for the last 5 years. I've had thoughts about selling it just to clear up some space, but I'd only get like 70 quid for it, and I spent like 2-3 times as much as that buying it. And I'm just kind of worried, like, if I sell it, what happens if I need it? But then I don't know, and then I'm thinking, like, it's been 5 years, I've never used it, so I don't know if I should sell it or not, but I do regret buying that, yeah. Worst client you've ever had? Okay, I should make a disclaimer, I don't like talking ill of other professionals, but since this is a question that has come up, I'm not going to like discredit anyone or whatever. It's this client wasn't actually. It was actually another photographer I was working with. I found out about him after I graduated, and this person was looking for an editor to edit their photos. This person is kind of Instagram kind of famous. I still see this person's posts on my feed, on ads. I've got a lot of people I know, friends, family, people in the community, people, you know, just following him. Yeah, and he really was not a great photographer. He wanted me to edit his photos, and I don't know, I'm trying not to let on too much information. I need to be really careful with what I say. Basically, he would underpay us. To give you figures, he'd pay £90 for a whole wedding. Like, imagine your wedding day. You know, a photographer can easily take 6,000 pictures. He'd expect me to go through all 6,000 pictures, cull them, you know, so pick out the good ones. When he edits them, he used to just apply a preset. He didn't actually used to sit there tweaking anything. And then after the presets applied, he just want me to go over, make sure the brightness was okay, and the temperature, the white balance. That was it. That's as far as you would edit. And you'd only pay me 90 quid for that. That's like a whole day's worth of work, by the way. So I was being paid below minimum wage. For pre-wedding events, it was only £20. That would take 2-3 hours, again, below minimum wage. So it done me kind of, I was too green behind the ears back then. And I kind of just took it on for about a year or so, and then I realized, like, fuck this, like, what the hell. Yeah, and I feel more sorry for his clients, because they just don't really know what they're getting. They're overpaying his rates for what he charges clients, and they don't really know, like, you know, the job's not being done properly. And that's just my experience. There was a few of my friends as well that also worked for him, and some of these friends weren't actually at that skill level. I mean, they could do his work because he's only applying a preset and whatever, but you wouldn't say they're like 100% qualified. They were still in training. So imagine, like, from the couple's point of view, imagine you had someone who's not 100% trained editing the photos on the most important day of your life. Like, what the hell? Last time I heard, he's now using AI to kind of just do everything. So he just puts his photos through AI software, and the AI just does everything. Again, I think it's terrible, which is so lazy. I'm not discrediting AI. There is a place in your workflow for AI. Like, I do use AI in my workflow for certain things, but I don't completely replace whole sections of it with AI. I just use AI to assist. This person last person who worked for him told me it's completely 100% AI, his post-production. That means that no human is actually going through the gallery, seeing which photos have been selected, which haven't, and what's been edited or not. So that's the worst client I had. To add on to that, when I was assisting him on check and shoots, like, he would pay me £100 for a day, and I was just like, what the hell was I thinking? Like, if I'm second shooting, I'm not charging below £350 for that minimum. Like, you know, that's the worst client I've had. Moving on. Most awkward inquiry you've had. Okay, this actually happened when I was still in college, around 2016, 2017. I had a client, there was someone in my family who's got a family business, and this person approached them asking for a particular type of edit on a video. They knew that I was the filmmaker in the family, so they came to me with it. And when they told me the details, I was like, yeah, no. I mean, to put it bluntly, someone wanted to blur their face out on their sex tape. I was like, yeah, sorry, no, it's not happening, not happening. And then I rejected it, and then someone else took this job on, and this person who took the job on ended up messaging me saying, I've got a job, what do I do here? And I was like, okay, show me what it is. And that image is scarred in my brain. It's scarred in my brain. It's just, oh, I don't know, people do not have any decency in this world. They do not have any shudder, man. It's just, yeah. Moving on. What was your first paid gig like? Oh, okay, I was in university. It was during COVID time. I was the client knew I was a student. The job came through uni, and they knew I was a student, and I got taken full advantage of. It was basically taking some headshots. It was paid. The actual job itself was fun. You know, I had to drive to Hertfordshire, you know, set up my backdrops, lights, everything, take some headshots. That whole process was fun. Editing the photos was okay as well. The problem was with the pay. It was £30 for the whole project. Like, that wouldn't even cover like my fuel cost to go on a project right now. Like, yeah. And I remember, because it was during COVID, no one had been out in a year. I was shitting myself because this is like my first actual client. I remember getting my best friend Ethan to come with me. So we went, and I told him, listen, I'm only being paid 30 quid, let's just split it halves. So I had 15, he had 15, right? And then when the shoot finished, we found out from the client, actually there's gonna be a day 2 of the shoot because not everyone was there. So I was like, okay. So I came back like 2 weeks later, and this time I brought one of my other best friends, Elliot. And I explained the situation to Elliot. I was like, Elliot, listen, I've already done day 1. I just gave half that pay to my friend Ethan. I've only got £7.50 left. I'll go half with you on this. And he was like, don't worry about it, just give me your camera bag. Because at the time I was changing my camera bag over, I bought a new one, and I was getting rid of my old one. And I was like, do you know what? Yeah, take it. And in hindsight I realised, actually, yeah, my camera bag was worth more than what I was offering him. Like, my camera bag was like worth 20, 30 quid. So yeah, that was terrible. And to top it off, when I was editing the pictures, I came back from the shoot, and that night I did an all-nighter just to submit the client, just to submit the photos to the client the next morning. So yeah, the shoot itself was good, but the dealing with the whole like pay and everything was terrible. I mean, everyone takes advantage of students, right? So yeah. When will you be filming Toto Wolff? Okay, so story. There's a friend of mine in college. We kind of work regularly, a lot of projects. And a few months ago, he came up to me with a potential client who's done some high profile interviews with like Christian Horner and all sorts of celebrities and CEOs. And they told me interviewing Toto Wolff might be on the table. I haven't told this to anyone, I'm telling everyone now because it's been God knows how many months. I have never told this to anyone, it's the first time it's coming out. But at the time, I told my auntie and my uncle, because my uncle is probably like the biggest F1 fan I know. And when I said that to him, he was just like, going crazy, right? And he was like, no, you need to take me on your shoot when you come. Like, I'll just pretend I'm your helper or whatever. So since then, every time I get a shoot, my aunt and uncle, they're always just like, is it Toto Wolff? And sorry to disappoint, guys, it's not Toto Wolff. Most evil you've done. Okay, 2020, it's lockdown, and I remember having an argument with my mum. My bed was over here. I used to have a Murphy bed that used to fold down, and I was sitting there and I was playing video games just over there, right? And as I'm playing, it's midnight, by the way, so everyone's gone to sleep. I hear my mum come up the stairs, and she came into my room, and I was like, okay, here we go. She's probably just trying to say something to just kind of rage bait me or whatever, right? She came and stood right here in front of my TV, and she's blocking my view. And at this point, I was just too tired, too exhausted. I was like, I don't really want to argue with anyone right now, so I just sat there. And then she took my controller out of my hands and took my TV remote and said, go clean the kitchen. And I was like, what? Like, it's midnight. Like, who cleans the kitchen at midnight? And then she's like, you're not getting these back until you clean it. So I was like, okay, I can't be asked arguing. So I went down in the kitchen, and I'm kind of getting annoyed right now. I was just like, what the hell's happening? And then we've got a pantry in the kitchen, right? And I saw the door kind of half opened. And as I was cleaning, there was like a stack of cans on the shelf, which caught my eye. And I just had the most evil thought. I basically decided to rip off all the labels on the cans and just mix up the cans and put them back on the shelf. So I'm really petty and passive aggressive like that. So yeah, just to say I got the last laugh on that because my mum was so pissed off in those next 2 weeks because she couldn't tell which can was which. Only I could tell though, because I noticed like for example the baked beans, they had like the expiry date written in purple ink. Like the kidney beans and stuff, they had like a golden rim on the can. The chickpeas kind of had like thicker circles like on the actual can of the structure, so I could kind of suss out which can was which, but no one else could. So yeah. Okay, your face is pale as fuck. Your arms are brown and you're hairy like a fucking gorilla. Is your dick multicolored as well? What the fuck is that question? Who even thinks of that? Like, but in answer to your question, yes, every shade of your mom's lipstick. Next question. Talk us through your desktop PC setup. I know you must have a custom build. Correct. I built my PC in 2019 before COVID, so it's been, how many years is that? It's 7 years now, so it is, by today's standard, it is quite dated. However, it kind of, everything I need to do, it's still served me well and beyond. Plus I'm a gamer as well, and it can easily do that as well. So I've got a Core i9 990 in there. I've got a NVIDIA RTX 2060 with 32 gig of RAM. I've got half a terabyte of storage half a terabyte SSD for my operating system, which is Windows 10, and my all my softwares that I install on there, that's separate. I also store my cache and scratch disks on those. That's just a regular SSD. I've got 6 terabytes in my machine, just kind of, you know, where I work off projects, where I store my pictures and whatever. That's NVMe. I've got 5 terabytes for gaming, that's NVMe, and then I've got 18 terabyte mechanical hard drive just for archiving old projects, videos and photos, and just backup storage and where all my backups go. Yeah, and that's pretty much it really, yeah. Next question, weed or drugs? Man, I don't know what's wrong with these questions. I mean, drugs, right? That's like paracetamol, ibuprofen, aspirin, it's legal. Last question, do a collaboration with me on acting on memes and people's stories on X. I don't have X or Twitter, but hit me up, man. Let's just do it. Let's just do it whenever. We can just use your account and we'll do it, man. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, so bye-bye.